welcome back to the report. I'm the Gap Measure, and this is WoWs Weekly. WoWs Weekly's weekly news video, which covers the news of World of Warships Legends of the week past, present, and future, along with speculations and channel admin. The headlines this week: Super Test applications are open, Ranked Season 27 stats, and Ranked Season 28 forthcoming. Also, news from the Clandafu front as always. These headlines and more after this short break. So, Super Test applications are now open until Friday the 13th of May, and the link to this is down in the description if you have missed it on the World of Warships Legends community social media, I guess you could say. Now, the Super Test applications window, like I said, is open until Friday the 13th. You must be over the age of 18 and be fluent in the English language. Now, you can apply in the link that I've said down in the description. It also is available on the World of Warships Legends social media accounts, but please note that obviously if you do not receive a response, then you probably have not been successful, as they will only contact successful applicants. Obviously don't chase up your applications, basically. Now, the whole purpose of the super test is basically they get to test they're about 0.8 ish of a patch ahead of the rest of the community. They get to basically play test ships and things like that, and basically along those lines. However, obviously there's lots of NDAs around what you can do as a super tester with these test ships and things like that, so you can't division up, you can't share the stats and things like that. It's a bit of swings and roundabouts, and obviously you have to be able to commit time to the game. I suspect one of the things that's kind of happened is they haven't done any super test applications for quite a long time, and so potentially the amount of time that the current super test is put into the game has probably reduced compared to what it used to be, hence why they're doing this another round of basically super test recruitment. Now, Ranked Season 27 stats are in, and I did do a community post over the weekend regarding that. So just doing obviously some comparisons about the size of the general community that we're aware of, and also comparing Season 27 to Season 26, because obviously some minor things did change, and it's interesting to see what those changes were in regards to the community's response to it. So out of the 76,194 players that played Ranked, only 12,953 players completed Ranked Season 27. Now, ironically, that's actually more players completing Ranked in comparison to Season 26, and this is an increase of about 26.5%. Now, last season, the number of kills per player, so basically the number of kills divided by the number of players, was 7.46, whereas this season, this has increased to 9.19, so potentially maybe some information we can extract from that. Furthermore, 28,954 players only played 1 or 2 matches and never made it to rank 6. This is a reduction compared to previous season of 16%, however. Now, the number of players who played Ranked also reduced by 2,547, so it's not a massive reduction, it's only a reduction of 3% compared to the previous season. And of the assumed player base of 210,000 players, only 36.2% played Ranked. So basically the community seems to be split quite consistently, with only about 1/3 of the player base, give or take, really actually playing Ranked. So what can we interpret from these numbers? Well, overall, the numbers of players in the community hasn't really changed much. It's still about 1/3, like I was kind of saying. Which also means that basically there's 2 camps and they're pretty stagnant, is the best way to put it. Now, there was obviously an increase in the kills per player. Now, this is an indication of 2 things. It could be an indication of player skill. Potentially, the higher skill players will probably get more kills, but also it could be an indicator how many battles it took to complete Ranked. The more battles, the more kills you're going to get over that time. So it's a potential indicator of either of those. However, with more people completing Ranked, that's more of an indicator of probably more people willing, potentially more people with a higher skill level, I guess you could say. Now, the change from tier 3 to tier 4 ships didn't really seem to have much of an impact in the overall numbers, but it did seem potentially have an impact in regards to how many people were completing ranked. So maybe the higher tier enticed more people, or made more people willing to push through playing ranked. And also there was the decrease in the amount of players who maybe only dabbled a little bit and only got to rank 7. Kind of shows that maybe there was a lot less people just dipping their toe in to see what it was like, I guess you could say. Now, the move up in the tier maybe drew slightly more people through, so that's quite an interesting one. And it's also worth noting that there was a slight change in regards to the rewards. This between the last season and this season, that change was at rank 2, and the number of players who made it to rank 2 stayed rather consistent. So really, it kind of showed that the change in the rewards didn't really impact on the outcome of how many players were pushing through. Now, I do look forward to seeing the stats for ranked season 28, because we're going up to tier 5. That's like almost like what I'd say is like a proper tier. It'd be interesting because it's the 3rd season as well. So could we see more players play because it's tier 5, but also could we see players also drop off because the amount of player burnout? I mean, they've already played 2 seasons of ranked so far. With a 3rd season, could we maybe expect players just to take a pause from the game? Now, it's kind of been announced properly on the World of Warships Legends Facebook, but it hasn't really come up any on the Discord or Twitter, amusingly, and that's the Avant-Garde Contender Bundle. Now, this is a free bundle which is in the Xbox and the PlayStation Plus store, which you can obviously, the PlayStation Store, which obviously is for Xbox Live members and PlayStation Plus players. Now, this bundle contains the French Tier 2 Premium Destroyer, the Ensign Gabardi, pardon my French. Also comes with 3 days premium account and 20 of each of the following items: Type 3 Camouflage, Type 4 Camouflage, Rare Ship XP, Rare Commander XP, Rare Global XP, Rare Credit and Rare Battle Booster Flags, and also 37,000 Commander XP. Pretty generic stuff, I guess you could say. Now, obviously, this leads into the next item of the news. Yes, the news from the Clandafu front, bugs as always. So, the torpedoes mounted on the Gabardi are currently bugged. They're just a little bit too strong. Bear in mind, this is a tier 2 destroyer. She has 2 twin launchers mounted on the center line. Okay, fair enough. They have a 35-second reload per launcher. Okay, fair enough. They have a range of 8 kilometers. Okay, that's quite reasonable. Like, very reasonable for a tier 2. I mean, if you look at the British tech tree destroyer line, you don't get 8-kilometer torpedoes until tier 5, so that's definitely of note. The torpedoes can do about 80 knots, so they're rather fast, is the best way to put it. Furthermore, they do 18,000 damage each, meaning it would only take 3 torpedoes to completely dev strike a tier 3 battleship, and they only take 2 torpedoes to dev strike a tier 2 cruiser. So, expect a hotfix for this destroyer in the coming week or so. It might come in the patch notes, it might come a little bit after. But yeah, someone made a mistake and practically released a little tier 2 destroyer with pre-nerf Le Fantastic torpedoes. Yeah, somebody made a mistake. Somebody made a big goddamn mistake, is the best way to put it. Anyway, Belfast 43 has been confirmed to be the next Tier 7 campaign ship, and some information has been obviously released via trailer. Also, some information has been teased out to the community managers on the public Discord, and also we can make some assumptions based on what she is like over on World of Warships World of Warships PC, I should say. So, first of all, she has more HP and actually has a torpedo reduction in comparison to the Edinburgh. Sorry, I should follow sum this up. The next couple of things I'm going to be saying are going to be in comparison to the Edinburgh, the Tech Tree Tier 7 British light cruiser. She has a slower main battery reload, 9.5 seconds, whereas the Edinburgh has 7.5. She has a shorter torpedo range, 8 kilometers, whereas the Edinburgh has 10 kilometers. A reduced detectability. This was, I think she's got Belfast has got 11.4 kilometers base detectability, and I think the Edinburgh is about 12.5. Also, a slower rudder shift. I think Edinburgh is about in the 7 seconds, and I think Belfast 43 is going to be in about the 9 seconds, give or take. Now, confirmed, the HE raw penetration is 30 millimeters, almost in basically confirming Belfast 43 will be coming with high explosives. Also, her bow and stern armor will be only 16mm thick, so no bow tanking 16-inch shells like the Edinburgh. So that's worth noting. She's going to be potentially a lot more fragile. Now, because she has HE, it's probably insinuating that she will come with standard AP and high explosive shells, very much like Belfast at tier 6, very as she is over on PC. In regards to consumables, there's nothing really released yet, but we can take a look over at the World of Warships PC version of the game. And Belfast 43 comes with a smoke generator, but it's like a short burst smoke generator, very similar to the British destroyers. Whether she's got that Legends, whether she's got a normal smoke screen, or maybe something else, you never know. Furthermore, over on PC, she can also take surveillance radar and hydroacoustic search. So it has basically sonar, radar, smoke, and you get access to all three. Whether that is something that we'll be getting over on the World of Warships Legends is yet to be seen, but I do obviously look forward to great intrigue to the patch notes, which we can expect tomorrow, I guess you could say, as per always. Now, thank you obviously to for passing this information on, but it's been spotted that the Ostergotland, the pan-European tier 7 destroyer, has been spotted being played by super testers on World of Warships Legends public servers, I guess you could say. With this, obviously, it kind of implies that we've been seeing pan-European destroyers being played by super testers most of this patch. I'd say there's a pretty good damn chance that pan-European DDs as a tech tree, as per the blog post which came out, or the dev blog post that came out, coming as early access next patch. I say it's a pretty good chance of that. I mean, we've had the commander, the generic commander drop. We've seen the ships being play tested. Only if something's gone horribly wrong with the play testing, maybe they might pull them back or hold them back. But generally, with super testers being about 0.8-ish of a patch ahead of the actual community, it kind of hints that while they're being played now, they're probably going to be coming up next, is the best way to put it. Now, ranked season 28. Now, there hasn't been anything really shared at the moment. It might be something that drops tomorrow, but season 28 of ranked will start on May the 12th and will run until May the 16th, starting and ending at 7 a.m. UTC. Pardon me. Now, these will be basically ships of tier 5, 3v3, divisions of up to 2 players are allowed, all ship types are allowed except carriers, and destroyers are limited to only 1 per team. Now, there will be 7 ranks, but no leagues, and irrevocable ranks will be 7, 3, and 1, so it's a slightly different arrangement from the previous seasons, I guess you say. Maps are going to be Big Race, Tears of the Deserts, Polar, Sleeping Giant, Northern Waters, and New Dawn. Prizes are as follows. If you reach rank 6, you get 5 promotional orders and 1 day premium. Reach rank 5, you get 500,000 credits and 1 spring big crate. Rank 4 will give you 4 epic battle boosters and 5 sci-fi camos. Rank 3 will give you 1 insignia, 250 paint, and 200 steel at the end of the season. The steel is what comes to the end of the season. Rank 2 will give you 1 spring big crate and 5 sci-fi camos. Rank 1 will be 300 steel there and then, along with 250 doubloons. So it's nothing to get too excited about, really. The rewards again are a bit so if you're going to be playing, you're more than likely going to be playing for either the very few limited rewards that you might be interested in, or just because it's tier 5 and you're looking maybe for a challenge or just something different in comparison, or you just want to have a bit of challenging division play if you do play in a division. Anyway, that is all of the news and all of the headlines. There was me thinking I was going to be getting away with having the nice quiet Wilds Weekly, and then they go and drop a load of stuff today, which is always amusing. But yeah, I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you enjoy this content, feel free to subscribe. And after this short break, I'll be jumping into the chat, but it's worth mentioning if you have any quips or anything you want to go into the news bar, you can either shout out in the comments about the live chat now or on Friday's live stream, or you can comment on the pinned post down below, which will be there after this live stream has finished. Right, after this short break, I'll be with you in the chat. So who have we got in the chat today? I'd like to say hello to Sean Whitland, Amal Crift, Randy Chang, Ijen Azuma, and to Brandon ABC. Hello, chaps and chapettes, I guess you could say. So Sean, hi Major. News just in: Belfast 43 version is new campaign ship with extra torps for the potatoes. Oh, lovely. Hello, Amal Crift, as always. I hope you're enjoying your holiday down in Mexico. Randy Chang tier 2 is a hilarious mess right now with this thing out there. Yeah, I can imagine it being absolutely god awful out there. Sean, those are some deadly baguettes. Those are certainly some overbaked, rock hard baguettes willing to shatter your teeth, I guess you could say. And Griff, Belfast 43, I think we will lose one of the consumables due here in Legends. We have the heal for every tier 7 cruiser. We have only 4 buttons with consumables. 1 damage con, 2 heal, 3 sonar, 4 smoke or radar. I get what you mean. I wonder what they might do. Will she get a heal? Or maybe could the heal be substituted in with something else, like you said, or will it be so? Yeah, there's a couple of options there. I guess we'll just have to wait and see for the expected patch notes for tomorrow. Sean, what's people's plans for ships for tier 5 ranked if they play it? I'm not really, personally, I'm not really sure because I'm going to be pretty busy, so I'm not sure I'm actually going to have the time to actually play ranked. So unfortunately, even though it's tier 5 and I probably really like tier 5, I'm probably going to give it a pass. I mean, obviously, I'm going to be incredibly biased, is the best way to put it. So when you say, what ships are you going to play, Major? You can basically get rid of all the other nations. We don't need those. There's only one nation we need. For me, Destroyer would be the Icarus. For a cruiser, if I was playing in a division, I might go for Exeter, but if I'm playing solo, I'll probably go for Devonshire. And then battleships, Warspite's quite a nice pick, I guess you could say. So yeah, those would be my picks. That would be Warspite, Devonshire or Exeter, and then the Icarus. You don't need the others. Ajin Azuma, Belfast 43 looks interesting. Yeah, she does look interesting. Hopefully, she does. She's not one of these campaign ships that comes round once only. I mean, obviously we have the Belfast at tier 6, and she obviously makes a return almost every St. Patrick's Day. Fair enough. But I kind of hope that with Belfast 43, after the campaign, give it some time. I kind of hope maybe she might be a Global XP ship in future, or will she just make an appearance every St. Patrick's Day with Belfast at tier 6? You never really know. But I kind of hope they get Belfast 43 in a nice position, because she does seem to be like the tier. She always seems to be like the tier 6 Belfast, but at tier 7 with torpedoes. It is almost how it kind of feels from the information that we've been received already. So it's almost like an up tier to tier 6 Belfast with torpedoes. But it'd be interesting to see what they do. Like Cameron Chris says, how will they switch out the consumables? How will they make consumables fit? Will she have a heal? Will she not have a heal? You never know. And yeah, there's quite a few other things. Because you got to think, the British light cruisers all have a heal. And even the heavy cruisers, except Belfast at tier 6. So potentially, maybe Belfast at 43 might not even have a heal at all. Good afternoon, Pixel Mug. Good to see you. Angel Azuma, in regards to playing season 28 or ranked, his picks are the French battleship Dunkirk, the Japanese tech tree cruiser the Aoba, the British light cruiser Leander, and the Hyuga. Yeah, the Japanese battleship Hyuga. Some good picks. The reason why I'd go Warspite is because 15-inch guns, you can overmatch the bow of pretty much every battleship, and she's got proper standard AP and decent accuracy. Now, Devonshire, because she's got the heal and she can be kind of tanky immediately, and she's a great little fire starter. Exeter, because she's got that great sonar and smoke, especially with chain smoke build and you're playing in Division, you can kind of push up your destroyer, smoke up, and let your destroyer do some scouting. And the Icarus, I do like the sonar and short smoke combo. Makes some great like engagements, disengagements. Obviously, yes, there are some stronger German destroyers out there, but if you get your timing right, you can do all right in her. Oh well, that's me all caught up with the chat, and I hope you're all doing well and looking after yourselves and staying safe. Obviously, have a good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are in the world, and all the best for ranked season 28. In regards to the channel news, let's see. Well, this Thursday, if patch notes come out tomorrow, they should do, but there's no guarantee, then I will be doing a live stream in the evening where I'll be covering the patch notes in my home office upstairs rather than down here in the living room. And that also means, fingers crossed, we'll be doing a live stream on Friday, probably the usual slot where obviously we do 2 hours of gameplay as always. Now, in regards to everything else, they're probably, I think, between obviously from Friday until probably WoWs Weekly next week, there probably won't be anything else. The reason being is I'm actually off tomorrow, off work tomorrow. Thank God. I got a bit of a break, but over the weekend I'm going to be away from home, so I won't be able to do any recording for the Monday. And I won't be able to do any recording on the Monday for the Tuesday, because I think we're going to be getting back like early, very early Tuesday morning, very late Monday night, I guess you could say. And I don't know what we're going to be doing Tuesday. It's kind of one of those things. I've got to play it by ear, I guess you could say. So there's no guarantee whether there'll be a video or live stream early next patch. So it might be something that just might be a little bit of a dry period until we get into WoWs Weekly next week after the Friday live stream, which I hope you can put up with, I guess you could say. Actually, I guess another bit of item and channel news. One of my haikus featured in Tactic Angel, Tactic Angel's haiku video. If you've seen that, obviously, many thanks Tactic Angel for picking one of my haikus. Anyway, Zukulu, what language is this guy speaking? He's speaking Queen's, old chap. Pixel Mug, Dallas might have a fair shot in rank. Oh yeah, Dallas is always a really awkward one to put down because she's got armor that's almost like too thin for 8-inch guns and too thick for like 6-inch guns, and her citadel is really quite difficult to find. So yeah, she is an interesting pick. Also, she's got that really good DPM as well. Yeah, guns, mobility, armor, yeah, and Dallas has always been one of those ships that I've always struggled to engage sometimes. Pixel, just smile and type to Zul. It's how I made it this far. You're too kind, Pixel Mike. You're too kind. Well, I think I'm gonna call it there, ladies and gents. That is WoWs Weekly. Look after yourselves. Stay safe. Stay well. And until next time, I'm the Guy Measure. And back to the pool.